So a few weeks ago, I made a video about how to make your internet experience private, and several people didn't like my choice in browsers. So today, I'm going to show you how to make all browsers private. Well, at least all the popular ones. Stay tuned. And now here's the thing. In a video a few weeks ago about ditching Google, I showed you how to switch from Google Chrome to the Brave browser. Now, Brave is a great browser and it's privacy centered, but some people just didn't like it. In fact, I even had several people comment on that video and say that they preferred Microsoft Edge. Yeah, I even had a Linux user claim that they use Edge in Linux because, according to them, it's the best browser. I think that one could have possibly been a parody. At least I hope it was. But even if it wasn't, that's okay, because today I'm going to show you how to make it more private. And we're also going to play around with Google Chrome too. But first, I got to pay some bills. So check out today's sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by VIP SCD Key. Building a new PC right now isn't cheap. The cost of DDR5 and even SSDs is enough to break your budget. Why let an overpriced Windows license eat into your hardware fund? Instead of paying retail price, you should check out today's sponsor, VIP SCD Key, where you can pick up a valid Windows 11 license for around 20 bucks. Just go to the link in the description below and pick up a valid Windows 11 license key. During checkout, use the code CyberCPU for a 25% discount. Once you have your key, go to your activation settings in Windows 11 and click the link that says Change Product Key. Enter the product key you just purchased and hit Activate. Get a fully activated Windows 11 today without the sticker shock of retail prices. And check out their deals on Office as well. Now, back to the video. So, unfortunately, the last video didn't get many views, and I don't know if it was because I framed it as a de-Googling video, or if it was just because not a lot of people are interested in privacy. I mean, hopefully it was the earlier, because privacy is a serious issue. I know it might not be the flashiest issue, but it's probably one of the most important issues in our generation. Because here's the thing, companies are tracking everything we do, not just on the internet either. I mean, I rightfully had lots of comments on my last video that I didn't say anything about cell phones. And you're 100% right. Cell phones are probably the biggest contributor to privacy violations in society today. But unfortunately, I just can't cover every single topic in one video. And you know, that also brings up another point, because a lot of people that made that comment were making it kind of in the context of why should you even bother? Because we're getting our privacy violated from all directions. And you know what? Here's my response. Just because we can't solve every privacy violation doesn't mean we don't try to minimize the ones that we can solve. I mean, I don't want a peeping Tom looking in my window, but if I have 3 of them and I know I can only get rid of 2 of them, I'm not gonna not do anything just because I can't get rid of them all. But with that said, there were a lot of people in the comment section of that video that were concerned about privacy, but just didn't like the choices that I recommended. And if that's you, then that's totally fair. Because like I stated in that video, I just like the way the internet looks in Chrome. And we have a very good privacy-based browser in Chrome. Brave being the one that I use. I'm just not a Firefox fan. But if Firefox is what you use to protect your privacy, then awesome. Because ultimately, this isn't about Team Chromium or Team Mozilla. This is about privacy. And if the way that you achieve a private internet experience is through a Mozilla browser, then awesome, more power to you. So with these points in mind, that brings us to this week's video. I'm not gonna go through every browser available. I wouldn't be able to do that in a video. I'm just gonna go through Chrome and Edge today. I'm going to show you a way that you can use official policies to disable AI features and telemetry from Google and Edge. So if you like these browsers, you can still take advantage of privacy features without switching your browser at all. And for some of you guys that use Brave or Firefox, but have family members that use Chrome and Edge that don't want to switch, if that's the case, then let me show you how to make Chrome and Edge more private. It's a lot easier than you might think. Let's jump on the computer and I'll show you how to do it. Okay, so here we are in Windows 11. I have Brave, Chrome, and Microsoft Edge, obviously I have Microsoft Edge, installed here in Windows 11. And this is a fairly default install of Windows 11. And the first thing that we're going to do here is I'm going to show you how to use a tool to do this all for you. And it's actually really simple. So we're going to open up Brave. And then from Brave, I'm going to go right here to this project called Just the Browser. And what this is for is this essentially removes all telemetry and AI features from specific browsers. Now, I think it supports Chrome, Edge, and Firefox. Now, obviously Firefox, I don't think Firefox has telemetry services, but if it does, it removes them too. However, for today, I'm just gonna mess with Chrome and Edge since they're the most popular browsers that most people use. And if you're already using Firefox, you already have a pretty private browser anyway. So to install this, essentially is you don't actually have to download it, you just install it through a script. And honestly, these right here, some people trust them, some people don't, or it is a little bit of a risk running a script directly from the internet in an admin PowerShell, which is something that you have to consider. The nice thing is this is a really popular project and it's open source. So if you want, you can always download the source code and go through it and find out exactly what it does. So from here, I'm gonna go ahead and copy this right here. I'm gonna click the start button and I'm gonna type in PowerShell. And then I'm going to run PowerShell as an administrator. Then go ahead and hit yes. And we're going to paste this in here and hit enter. And what this does is it runs the script, it detects which browsers you have installed, and it just tells you push 1 to go through and update the settings for Google Chrome, or 2, update them for Microsoft Edge. Now, before we actually do that, let's go ahead and look at these browsers. Let's look at Chrome here. So if we open up Chrome, first thing we get obviously is the default sign into Chrome screen. And I'm going to go ahead and close that. And we get the AI mode in Google Chrome, as well as the things you don't see in Google Chrome, which is the telemetry that it collects in the background. And unfortunately, you can't see that. It's just happening all the time. But what we can do is we can go ahead and close this right here. And then all we got to do is type number 1 on our keyboard here, hit enter. It's going to go through and it's going to update Chrome, hit enter to continue, and that's literally it. So we go ahead and open Chrome now. All the AI buttons are gone and the background telemetry has been disabled. And if you want to know for sure, what you can do is type in Chrome : //policy. And this will tell you which policies are actually running. So if you go through right here, you can see these are all the policies that are running, their status is okay, and that's it. Chrome is taken care of. But that's only one of our browsers. We're gonna go ahead and open Edge now too. So from Edge, same thing that we always get. We get the chat here, we get, oh, we want to personalize our feed, and all these pop-ups that come up when we first launch Edge, as well as all of these news articles. Definitely, Edge has a lot more garbage on it than Chrome does, but it still does a lot of the same things that Chrome does. So what we can do is we can go ahead and close it here. We can go ahead and push number 3 for Microsoft Edge. It's going to go through, download the registry file, and it's updated it. We can go ahead and hit OK to continue. And now when we launch Edge, as you can see, our Copilot button is completely gone. Oh, and it looks like Edge has been updated too. We can go ahead and close this. And it looks a lot cleaner. We don't have the Copilot button, and we don't have all the news that kind of clutters the entire page. We have just a regular search page. But we still have this Copilot button, unfortunately. It's because that technically isn't part of the browser. It's part of the Bing website. So if you change your website, you won't have to worry about that either. But unfortunately, it is what it is. But the same thing also applies to Edge because it has a lot of background telemetry as well, just like Chrome does. And that's all disabled. And to know for sure, we can go up into our address bar. We type Edge : / same thing, policy. Since Edge and Chrome are both based on the Chromium browser, the policy page is the same on both. But as you can see, there's a lot of policies that we set in Edge, a lot more than we had set in Chrome. But the status on them is all okay, and we should be good to go. We should have a fairly private copy of Microsoft Edge, which honestly is kind of a contradiction, isn't it? But it is what it is. And also, if you decide that this just isn't for you and you want all of these privacy violation features to come back, you can do that too. In the same script, it allows you to remove the settings as well. So let's go ahead and remove the settings from Chrome. It's going to take a minute to do it. And then we're going to go ahead and remove the settings from Edge as well. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Takes a second. and then we're back. Now if we open up Chrome, as you can see, we have our asking for default back, we've got our AI mode back, and if we go into Chrome policies, as you can see, there's no policy set. So this will allow you to bring Chrome back to the way that it was without messing up any of your other settings, just if you want to play around with this thing and see how it works. And the same thing goes for Edge. If we open Edge up, it's going to ask us if we want to make it the default browser, which we don't. It's got all of our news stories back. It's got our chat button back. So it's back to the way it was before. It even has all the advertising icons right here back. So this script is really easy to use. And like I said, it also supports Firefox. And the only reason I didn't cover Firefox in this video is because Firefox is kind of already a privacy-based browser to begin with. So I didn't think it was really relevant for this video. But if you want to disable the AI in Firefox, well, you can use this script to do it as well. So I already know what the comments are going to be down in the comment section below. And everyone that's watched this far into the video, you're going to be able to spot them too. Tons of people are going to say that all of these settings that we're just set are just going to be reverted back to the way they were the next time you update Windows or update Chrome. But I'm here to tell you that will not happen. The reason why is because we're not modifying Chrome or Edge. We're using built-in enterprise policies that were put in place by Google and Microsoft because big businesses don't like this garbage either. And for some reason, Google and Microsoft care what big businesses think. They just don't care what we think. So they will honor these settings because not honoring them ticks off system admins from giant corporations that pay Google and Microsoft lots of money. However, with that said, it won't automatically disable new telemetry or new AI features in these browsers. For that, you'll have to bookmark this script and go back to it later, and hopefully it stays updated. But with all that said, this only stops the AI features in the browser itself and the telemetry coming from the browser itself. It doesn't stop websites from harvesting your data. Now, there are some extensions that you can use that will give you added functionality, but there's a problem with those too. Because there's not just one extension. There's tons of different privacy extensions. And depending on which extensions you use, websites can actually fingerprint your browser by looking at the extension stacking that you're using on your browser. So just keep that in mind. But ultimately, the best solution to this problem is just to use a privacy-based browser. I recommend Brave, but if you want to get out of the Chromium ecosystem completely, then Firefox is a great choice too. Or whatever open source Firefox alternative people like to use. I'm sure you'll hear all about it down in the comments below. But if you don't want to switch your browser, at least doing something like this is better than nothing. And I stand by my statement that something is absolutely better than nothing. No, I completely agree. You're probably not going to stop all data collection. But just because you can't stop all of it doesn't mean that you shouldn't stop what you can to protect your privacy. And you know, some people will rightly say, but you use Google Maps. Why bother blocking telemetry in Chrome if you're going to just show Google where you are 24 hours a day through your GPS location? And you know what? That's a valid critique, and it should make you consider whether or not Google Maps is right for you. But it's not an argument against disabling telemetry in Chrome. It's just not. Just because you don't stop it all doesn't mean you shouldn't stop any of it. I mean, here's the thing. I get it. When it comes to privacy on the internet, a lot of times you have to trade privacy for convenience. Sometimes it's a hard trade too, because some of these features are really convenient. I completely understand why some people would not want to disable some of these features. But ultimately, when it comes to protecting your privacy, these companies are not going to stop at just what they're collecting right now. They're going to continue to become more and more extreme. Here's the thing. A few months ago, a story broke that Meta's smart glasses were recording you all the time, and even watching you change in your bedroom or going to the bathroom. They were even watching you and your wife being intimate. Not only were they recording this, but the report stated that the people who were watching it were making jokes about it. I'm serious. They were watching you pee and laughing at you. And you know what? When that story broke, it made me realize my reaction was not what it should have been. Because I read that story and I kind of wasn't surprised. I wasn't even appalled. I wasn't even slightly shocked. And just like always, after a few days, it left the media cycle. And that just means that the majority of people weren't shocked by it either. Is that what we expect now? I mean, I don't know about you guys, but that's not a reality I want to live in. I don't think it's right that Mark Zuckerberg wants to watch me wipe my butt. I'm sorry, but that's just not right. And we need to make a stand and tell them that that's not right. And now they want our IDs. You know what? It's to protect the children. But the very same people lobbying for this are the ones that put children in danger to begin with. They don't care about children. They want more data about you. The data collection has gotten out of control, and it's time we put our foot down. The best way we can do that is by taking control of our own devices and stopping it at the source. So, whether you use a script like this to make these browsers more private, or you decide to go with a privacy-based browser, anything is better than nothing. And don't let people bully you into thinking that if you're not doing everything in the most extreme measures possible, then you're not doing enough. Because at this point, anything is better than nothing. And don't take Meta glasses into your bathroom. In fact, you know what? You might want to keep them in that little pocket that you have inside of your car and just keep them out of your house completely. But with that said, if you'd like to go a little bit further than we did in this video, then I highly recommend using a privacy-based browser. And you can do that by clicking on this video right here, where I show you how to install Brave. And I even show you an alternative for Google search that doesn't harvest your personal data. As always, you guys have a great day.